In my role, victim information is extremely important because victims know a lot more oftentimes about the offenders than is ever said in a police report.
It's really important for the victims to stay involved because it doesn't end with sentencing. So it's really important that they keep in contact with either their victim liaison, the classification counselor, which is the prison end of things, or other people to let them know what their concerns are. Victims provide so much information on multiple levels. So sometimes they give us background about the offenders' lives that nobody knew before. And we can use that type of information to target interventions that deal with some of those issues that they have, whether that might be a mental health issue, whether it's family problems, maybe they need better communication skills, maybe it's the way they think. Maybe we can look at some of the ways they view life and maybe retarget that so that they can see different ways to view the world. So all that information goes into the offender's supervision plan and collectively will determine what kind of programming they're allowed to receive in prison. The other thing is victims aren't always in the community. Victims are in the prison systems as well. So it's really important for us to keep track of no contact orders, protected persons, so that we can make sure that offenders are housed appropriate and not maintaining contact with people that also may be in our system.
Victim involvement is critical in all levels of the criminal justice system, but specifically in the parole process or post-conviction release process. It's critical for releasing authorities to hear what the victim has to say about the behaviors that were involved in the crime. This type of information is not always available in the police reports, or if a conviction is based on a plea negotiation, that doesn't always tell the true story of the impact of the crime and what behaviors the offender engaged in. The information we glean from the victims is vitally important in making the right decisions about releasing an offender or not.
It is important to communicate with all facets of law enforcement, community corrections, prisons. For one thing, everybody needs to know what each other's role is, our limitations, and the things that we can do. But also, we can't watch the perpetrators, the offenders, 24/7, absolutely impossible. So with all these eyes, and that's including the victims and the victims' neighbors, we can protect not only the community, but those victims and help them feel like they are more empowered.